Okay, fortunately for us, I recorded this in a somewhat more professional manner and went through the whole editing process and something messed up. So now I'm going to shoot it raw, and you know what? I kind of feel better about it. I want to share with you guys how I am dealing with reading articles as I'm going more analog. It's pretty simple. We're just kind of going back in time to what it was like when the internet was new. And here, let me go grab something. Let's go. I'll grab this binder here. In this binder is where I am storing articles that I print out. So when I want to read them, I print them. I print them and I put them in this thing. So this is, everything here is black. So let me get some little differentiation here. This is a clipboard that, honestly, I don't even know where this came from. Somebody gave it to me once. It was kicking around probably in a drawer or a box for years. It resurfaced during my move right at the right time, and it's perfect for my needs because it's hard covered, it's not super thick, and it folds over, so it protects what I put in there. And every time I see an article I want to read, first of all, I scan it on the internet to make sure that it's actually going to be valuable, something I actually want to sit and extract for my Zettelkasten. And if it is, then I print it out and I stick it on this clip. Now, the great thing about this is clip is not huge. A lot of clipboards, they have these huge clips. This one's not huge. As you can see, stuff's starting to fall out of there right now. I'm at capacity. The reason I'm at capacity, usually I don't have this many printed, but I just finished reading a couple of Cal Newport's books, and he references articles, and they all happen to be pertinent to areas of my study. So I printed out a whole bunch of them, but this is about my limit. And when I finish these, actually, before we talk about that, when I read these, I read them right here, read them on the clipboard. I don't write on them, and I have my bib card to the side, and I do exactly like I do with a book. The reason I don't write here is because, as you can see, I'm going to save these. If I finish this and I get good notes that I want extracted from it, I will 3-hole punch this and it will go into that binder right there. This is a nice 3-inch binder with a D clip. The D is important because this side is straight, so everything there stays in place instead of, you kind of get that arc of all the papers when it's rounded. But when I read these, if I were to mark them and put them in there, then that means the next time I go to read these, I will be influenced by what I marked before. So the passages I highlight are automatically going to be the passages that I think are valuable. But I don't want that. When I come in the next time to read something, I want to come in with a fresh mind. If I want to know what my past self thought of this, that's when I go get the bib card and I bring the bib card over here. And then I compare that. But this should be a blank page. Well, not a blank page, but this should be free from marks. It's the same thing with books. I do the same exact thing with books. I want to always come to them with a different state of mind, because you're a different person every time you read something, especially books, when you read them years and years apart. So you want to be able to bring the person you are now without the influence of the person you were. But then, like I said, with the bib cards, you have the ability to bring that in, but it's not forced upon you. So I will do my notes on these. If it's valuable, I will 3-hole punch it. I print them so that let's get that to focus. I print them so that they show the page numbers so I can keep them in order in case I drop them. But then in here, they're not stapled, as you can see. These are not stapled together. I don't know why the camera doesn't want to focus. There we go. So that's probably not ideal, but I hate when they're stapled and you go to try to look at something and you can't fully look at it in a binder. I'll file them in here alphabetically by author, and then within the author I'll file by the title. So let's pretend these were both by the same author. This one would come first because it begins with a B, and then this one would come after because it begins with an S. That's basically the principles. There's nothing too complicated with it. I have copies of them. If they ever disappear from the internet, I have them here. I can reference back to them just like books. When you get that bib card, sometimes you need to go back. That's how you can do it. And what facilitates this, other than the clipboard and the binder, is this thing down here, a LaserJet printer. Now, you want a LaserJet printer because LaserJet is going to last longer. You're going to print more pages with a LaserJet. Inkjets suck. Unless you're printing photos and stuff, inkjet printers suck. They run out of ink all the time, so you're always having to buy ink. Yeah, the cartridges on the LaserJet are more expensive, but you're going to get, I think it's like 450 pages out of the toner cartridge. You get like a tenth of that out of an ink cartridge, and then you have to buy another one, and you end up buying 10 of those, so it ends up costing more. The other thing is they print faster. They do make color LaserJets. I don't have a need for that. I don't print a lot of color, so that's just a black and white one. But I will warn you, do not do what I did. I get this one almost free because of some Best Buy deal, credit points and stuff like that. That's an HP. It's nice and compact. Let's go look at it again. See, it's not very wide. So that's nice, and that's kind of why I went with it. But don't buy an HP. HP has this new thing, and I'm just going to be honest. When I buy a printer, you know what I want? I want to plug it in, and I want to print. I don't want anything else. I don't want to be part of your club. I don't want any of that stuff. HP makes you sign up for something, and it'll print at first, and then all of a sudden one day it'll stop printing. You have to go through like the troubleshooting thing, and it'll tell you have to sign up for something. And you have to sign up for something free, but this free thing puts you into kind of a contract. And one of the things it says is you're not going to put anything in there but HP toner. And the second one, the one that I do not like, the one that makes me want to smash that with a hammer and just not have a printer, is that it makes you agree never to disconnect your printer from the internet. So my personal opinion is, come and take it from me. They can make it stop working. If they do, you know what? I will throw that in the garbage can, and I will go get a Brother, which is what I suggest you do. If you're going to get a LaserJet printer, get a Brother, because a Brother works the way a printer should. It's a tank. They're bigger. Yeah, they take up more space than that, but they print forever. They work a long time. I've seen Brothers in offices for years, probably decades. Maybe not decades, but over a decade. And they don't have any of this bull where you have to sign up for their club and sign a contract and agree to all of these shady things. Do not buy an HP. Do not buy an HP. Do not buy an HP anything, to be honest. There's something weird going on over there. That's how I'm dealing with articles. That's my rant about HP printers. Oh, one other thing, other advantage of an inkjet printer before I get out of here. Sorry, LaserJet printer. The toner is powder. What that means is it's not going to dry up. So if you don't print a lot and you have an inkjet, maybe 4 or 5 months, you go to print and it's like needs ink. Yeah, because it dried up. Toner, you can put that in a closet for like 2 years and then come back and print something and it'll be just fine. So something to keep in mind if you're someone who doesn't print a lot either. Okay, so that's how I'm dealing with analog articles. It's really basic. I just wanted to share all of these steps as I'm moving towards these more analog tools. And if you have questions, ask them.